Hello! Welcome back to another episode on the Ripple server. Yay! Yay. How are you today? Interesting. Yeah, that sounds cool. Yeah, cool. Cool. Yeah. Oh, yeah, thanks for asking. I'm very good. Yay! Yay! Anyways. My brain hurts sometimes. We are over in this here little area that I did a while back. Let's go with a while back. On top of the skelly spawner underneath me. Yay! Because today I'm going to start building in here. And I'm going to build something amazing. And it's going to be cool, and it's going to be explosive, and it's going to be something. Let's look in here. Aha. Ooh. You don't say. Not gonna use all of these stuff. Yeah, I am going to build a tree farm. Yay! Tree farms. And it's going to be quite a massive build. It's going to be an fully automatic, all small tree type of farm. Yeah, that's what it is. So it will be able to produce oak, birch, spruce, jungle, and acacia. All in one little thing, and it will be harvested with TNT dupers. Or TNT duper, not plural, just one duper. I think one duper is enough. And yeah, so it's going to be quite a massive build, and it's going to, slime, going to fill up this hole quite good. I think the main farm is going to be in this here area, filling this up, and then it will go off into a direction here, and everything gets pushed this way into a blast chamber that will be somewhere around here-ish, I would say. Boop. Thank you. So it's going to be quite a massive build. I'm using a design by Ilmango, of course, a design by Ilmango. Which is, I think he called it Simple Universal Tree Farm, blah, 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 blah. There's nothing simple about this, but that's what he called it at least. And he's got an updated version with observer blocks and stuff like, lag, stuff like that. I'm not going to use that one. I'm going to use a little bit of an older version. Main reason for that is that I have built that before. And there is... I don't think he has a tutorial for the new one with the blast chamber I want to use. And I know kinda how I want to set things up and what size of things and how to, because there needs to be some modifications to it in order to work the way I want to and all of that. And I have actually all of that prepared because I've built this in another world before. So I can just cross-reference from that world instead. So yeah, that's and it's still working very good. I don't... It's probably more efficient or more better in some form of way, the new version, but I don't really care, to be honest. Skellies. Can hear Skellies dying, at least. So yeah, I'm not going to use his latest design. I'm going to use a little bit of an older design. But nevertheless, links will be in the description if you want to build this yourself. And this thing here is working. Yeah, it's working. It's producing some bones. That's why I want the. That's why I chose to build this in this spot here, is because of the skelly spawner. Because a farm like this, it uses quite a lot of bone meal. Let's put it like that. Yeah. So I'm going to start placing blocks and pistons and repeaters and comparators and hoppers and all of that stuff. And I will bring you back in once I've made some progress. So we have some redstone. We have so much redstone. My brain hurts a little bit from this, but you know that's how it goes. That's how it goes. Oh, look at this thing. Yeah, so this is the tree farm itself. And it seems to be working. I haven't tried it with a tree yet, but I've tried it out with just to make sure that the mechanics work. So let's just show you a little tiny bit. When a tree grows here, all hell breaks loose, and yeah. This needs to be a slab, by the way. Just so we don't forget that. Let's do that again. See that everything still works. Yeah. Seems to be working, which I'm very, very, very happy about. I've spent about an hour troubleshooting here because it didn't work the way it was supposed to, and I managed to find the thing that I did wrong back here. It's also so very easy building in survival. Yay. Thankfully I got my cam account so I can fly around, and basically what I ended up doing was I rewatched the whole tutorial and double checked every block I placed, and yeah, managed to find actually one block missing, so it was a complete row of pistons that wasn't firing properly, which made it suck a little bit. So that whole section there wasn't working. And also, if we go up, bloop, that piston there wasn't firing properly. But now it is, so yeah, that's a thing. So basically what's going to happen, tree grows here, it gets pushed and also taken over to here, then it gets pushed this direction, and then if... Shut up. They will get pushed over to here, and then will get pushed over to there, and up and over and down and out and explodey. So as you might understand, there's still a few little, just a few small little things left to build. There's only one slight little issue with the rest of the build, and that is that there is no tutorial for it. Oh joy. So what I have to do is I have this working in another world, as I think I've mentioned before. So I just have to make a block by block copy from that world. As you may have seen in the last clip, this thing is working. And I'm happy. I'm super happy, actually. And as you may also have seen, this thing is a tiny little bit crazy. Which I do like a lot. I like crazy stuff. Yeah, okay, let's boop. Thank you, TNT. Saplings are flying in a strange place sometimes, but yeah, I started out with less than a stack, I think, of oak saplings, and ended up with all of that. So yeah, that's a thing. I just put a temporary storage down here. I've been doing some oak and spruce, as you can see. I also filled up quite a lot of bone meal. Yeah, so that's a thing. So I only have I only had very few issues actually with this. I had a little problem with not firing stuff and things in this area here because I forgot to place a block that was very needed for that. Other than that, everything... no, down. I want to go down. Other than that, I think everything worked perfectly fine. I wanted to build the walls on the blast chamber up there out of iron blocks instead, but I kind of blew a hole in it, so I switched it out for obsidian, but I think it's all right. Why? Because I need to sleep. Let's sleep. So in total, I think this machine here took me something like 10 hours to build, or something like that. That's not where I wanted to go. Oh. Ploop. That is not where I wanted to go, I should say. So, yeah, something like 10 hours to build, or something like that. I've made a couple of slight modifications, I want to say, from the original farm, and the main, or pretty much the only modification I've done is for the TNT duper part. I also had some problems with that, by the way. I didn't get the TNT to fall where I wanted it to fall, so it blew up the duper a couple of times. Yeah, that's a thing that happened. So what you usually do is you drop the TNT down like a couple of blocks, and then you have a piston pushing it out, so it ends up very well positioned on that obsidian block down there. However, the TNT didn't want to fall down into my little thingy thing I made for it, so it landed on the edge, which was just below the duper, and a kablammy blammy blammy blew up the whole thing, which is not preferable, but it's what happened. So I basically got rid of that and just drop it down. It lands consistently on that block anyway, so I don't need it. It's just that it lands, it could land a bit further back sometimes, a bit... Yeah, it's a bit random where it lands, but it so far it has always landed on that block there, so that's a good thing. And the other main thing I've done is how often the TNT ignites. And let's see, can we... I probably want to add in some light sources here as well. Yes, I probably want to add in some light sources there as well. This part of the thingy here is a counter. So what happens is, for each tree that grows, the signal strength of this line here increases. or something like that. To be really honest, I have no idea how this works, but I managed to modify it at least. So full, and then you get a signal that drops out one item into that hopper and then goes back, but you take out the reading from this while doing that, so it goes into here and it somehow changes the state of something, which is leading over to that block and blah blah blah. And also this is a bit, this has something to do with it. And yeah, eventually, after the way it's set up now, after 4 explosions, or 4 trees, I should say, the signal is up to here, and we send it off and blah 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 kablam. In the original design, it was every 16 trees. So I'm exploding 4 times as often up there, and in perfect condition, it's enough to explode every 16. But I guess we all know that playing on a server isn't perfect conditions, and if you miss 1 explosion, that means, or you miss time 1 explosion, that means you will build up over here-ish logs all the way, and it won't get exploded, and eventually if you keep going, it will back up and push pistons out of the way, and all breaks. Yeah. So in order to prevent that, I've switched it up so I have an explosion every 4 trees I grow. I don't know if it does anything for the drop rate or something like that, but I don't care. I much rather have it that the machine survives than I get like 2 extra logs per hour or something stupid like that. So yeah, what also was a thing is, for some reason, I don't know why, the tree growing mechanism thingy and the exploding mechanism thingy were out of sync. Because it's very, very important that the TNT explodes in the exact right moment. And it was nowhere close to be in sync, but jump down. What we have here is 2 levers. That lever, by the way, is, you see that block there? If it retracts. And it's pushed down. That's the oak mode. So if you want to grow oak trees, that needs to be down, or you might grow the big ones. And if you grow the big ones, you are in big troubles, because this can't handle them. So you want that down when growing oak trees. The other lever here is for acacia mode, which I think originally the only thing it does is it changes out the counter up there. So instead of going every 16 blocks in the original design, it goes every 8. Why do I keep saying blocks when I mean trees? I don't know. With this activated, it goes every 8 trees instead. But since I've changed that to every 4th, this really has no function. Except for one thing, and that is when you flick this, it resets that counter. And you will hear an explosion. There we go. Also, when we flick it back, it resets again, and it will be an explosion. There we go. So this actually works like a reset. If it, for some reason, comes out of sync, you could just activate this, and it will reset the counter and sync everything up again, which is quite handy. Other than that, I don't think there's much more to say about this here thing. If you're not prepared for what you're getting yourself into, then don't build something like this. This can cause you a lot of troubles. I was lucky this time and managed to get it pretty much right the first time. So you can spend hours and hours and hours. I actually ended up, I don't know if I said that before, but I ended up rewatching the tutorial for that part when it didn't work, and just followed everything step by step again, flying around with my cam account, double checking all the repeaters and everything before I managed to spot the problem, because I just couldn't find it. And yeah, so that took me like an hour or something to find out what was wrong with that part. So yeah, if you want a challenge, then sure, build one of these. If your challenges are not really my thing, then you should definitely stay away from it. Because, yeah, it's a bit of a pain. But I'm going to say that it's super much worth it once you get it done. Yay. So, what's left to do over here? I need to fix this mess here, because it's not really, what's the word I'm looking for? Good looking. It looks really, really bad. But yeah, so I need to somehow fix this. I don't know, I need to fix some sort of storage for the wood. I need to hook the spawner or the skeletons, hook them up to at least get the storage up here somewhere. I will probably bring the skeletons up here and drop them. I could build like a glass thingy, so you can watch the skellies go all the way up and fall and die and all of that. We'll see, we'll see. I have not decided that yet, but yeah. I think this will be enough for one episode. As I said, this took me like 10 hours or something to build this. So yeah, quite a lot of work, and also gathering resources and stuff takes quite a while. I guess the iron blocks isn't really hard to get, and pistons I've got from Sin for helping him with his flying machines and stuff and all of that. So yeah, I had quite a few resources, so it wasn't too bad. But you know, if you count that into it too, then it takes forever doing something like this. So yeah. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed this episode and that you are excited about this massive strange contraption of blowy uppiness and growing treeness. That's a technical term, I'm pretty sure. And if you liked it, then hit the like button and subscribe if you want to see more, and if you want to see how I finish this building off and what else I'm going to be up to in the future. Who knows? Who knows? Yeah, and check out the other people on the server as well. Links in the description and all of that. And I will see you next time. Bye!